Welcome to I Said What I Said. I'm Brad Wakai. That's Tyson Gentry. Tyson, back when it was 16 games, it was kind of easy to put a midpoint check-in. We're at a few guys at 7, few guys at 8. Are we at a midpoint? We're going to do the midpoint NFL check-in. For you guys who don't know, biggest surprises, biggest disappointments. We're going to predict the award winners, which is always fun, but mainly just kind of wrapping up what we've seen in the first half. Tyson, it's been an interesting NFL season to date.
Yeah, we didn't know who was good for a really long time, and we still don't. But Kansas City started winning games, and it just feels like one of those years right now. But it's been fun. Last Sunday was maybe the most brutal one I've ever sat through, though.
Oof.
I think that was the most amount of multi-score games since like the 1970s, something like that.
And I'll tell you, the sports books, they didn't like it either because a lot of favorites and a lot of overs came in last week. So I think let's be careful maybe wagering this week, because there could be some Vegas revenge, as people like to say.
Yes. I mean, just do the opposite of what you're thinking, and you'll probably end up okay.
Okay, let's start from the AFC side of things, Tyson, because as we're recording this on Tuesday, October 28th, the Indianapolis Colts are 7-1. The New England Patriots, led by Drake May, are 6-2. The Denver Broncos are also 6-2. Those are your top 3 seeds if the playoffs started right now. Then the Pittsburgh Steelers at 4-3 by way of winning the AFC North to be the 4 seed. Buffalo Bills 5th at 5-2. Los Angeles Chargers 6th at 5-3. Then the Kansas City Chiefs, this little team, they are back in the playoff picture at 5-3. That is how things would look if the playoffs started right now. You also have the Jaguars 4-3 and the Texans 3-4. As the 8 and 9 teams right now in the AFC.
Yeah, it's this is not going to hold, I don't think. We got some really good teams that are not sitting here at the top of their divisions, but it might, and that's the fun part here. Time is a flat circle, dude. We're talking about the Colts, the Pats, and the Chiefs.
It is truly unbelievable. I mean, and we're talking about the Browns being bad. We're talking about the Titans being bad, and the Jets
Steelers
being bad,
winning the division.
Yeah, it is ridiculous, but it's just so funny to look up and it's like, oh my God, the Colts have a sick offense. The Patriots are doing things the right way, and they're well coached. They got a really good quarterback.
Yep.
NFC side, it's your Green Bay Packers, 5-1-1, who are the number 1 seed. The Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning Super Bowl champs, at 6-2. The Tampa Bay Bucks, the 3 seed, at 6-2. The Seattle Seahawks, who were idle last week, 5-2. They've sneakily had a really good season. The Detroit Lions, 5-2. Rams 5-2 in the 6th seed, and then the San Francisco 49ers also 5-3 in the 7th seed. Then right behind them, the 4-3 Bears, the 4-4 Carolina Panthers, and you got the 3-4 Cowboys, 3-4 Falcons, 3-4 Vikings, and from there it is pretty bad.
If somebody knows offhand, because I'm not going to look it up, when's the last time 8 games into the season the Panthers were 4-4?
Cam Newton was the quarterback. That's all I know.
It's been a long time.
I love this topic. The NFC to me is more interesting than the AFC right now because I'm with you. I think there's going to be some changes on the AFC side of things, and it's going to look way different. I think the Packers are really good. I think the Eagles are really good. The Bucks are really good. The Seahawks are really good. The Lions are really good. The Rams are really good. I think those 6 teams you can kind of pencil in, unless barring like a huge injury. But the fight for the last spot, Tyson, that could be some fireworks.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I mean, as we sit here basically at the midway point, again, as you said, barring massive injury, like the AFC South is pretty much locked up for the Colts. It looks like they're going to walk away with that one. The Eagles are up like 2.5 games in the NFC East. It looks like they're probably going to be okay there. And the Bucks are 2 games up on the Panthers, but again, they're 2 games up on the Panthers because the Falcons can't get their poop in a group. They can't beat the Panthers and the Dolphins. The Atlanta Falcons should be chilling here right at the top of the division, but they do what they do. So, I think there's only 3 divisions who, looking at it right now, you can circle a division winner and feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, so it should be fun as we got, and here's the other thing, Tyson, the weather's going to change too. Mm-hmm. So now we're going to see some real football weather. Now things are going to have to change. Let's get into the biggest surprises. For me, the biggest surprise is New England Patriots. I mean, come on, man. 6-2. Drake May looks like the second coming of Brady. He's throwing the ball deep. He's accurate. He's got some swagger. I mean, we're talking earlier. You got to get Drake May some weapons. He can't operate with this. Oh my God, man. He just makes it himself. He is unbelievable. The New England Patriots have been easily the biggest surprise to me. And Tyson, they have a better point differential than the Bills. They've scored more points than the Bills. They've given up the same amount of points as the Bills. The Patriots have won 5 in a row. It's been unbelievable.
That's great. To disingenuous, because the biggest surprise to everybody is the Indianapolis Colts, and Daniel Jones is out here slinging the pill. They look awesome. The offense is scoring 40 points. I stamped it after week 3, and I got lucky with that take, aging well, that Jonathan Taylor was going to walk away with the offensive player of the year. Dude, this guy he doesn't get to play the Titans anymore this season, so maybe the stats will go down, but he's on pace to score more touchdowns than anybody since LaDainian Tomlinson. Shane Steichen went from hot seat to this guy is one of the better coaches in the NFL. Tyler Warren is awesome. The defense is cooking. Remember when 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐸 couldn't coach, Brad?
Yeah.
Oh,
that was
man.
fun.
People are funny. We all knew that the Bengals defense was devoid of talent. And then 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐸 leaves, and everyone goes, that was the problem. Look at what this Colts defense is doing, man. I think that this is the biggest surprise here, because we thought, they're going to go to Daniel Jones for 8 games and he's going to be whatever, and they're going to have to play Anthony Richardson. We have Anthony Richardson breaking his orbital bone in his face with the exercise band, and it's barely even news because vibes are so high in Indy.
And we're talking about Daniel Jones getting a contract extension in Indy. He's the quarterback.
Do you think Kevin O'Connell is sick?
Yes.
Gotta be. Donald killing it. Daniel Jones killing it. Carson Wentz IR. JJ McCarthy phantom knee and ankle injury.
Oof, yeah, it's tough there. Tyson, another surprise for me is that the San Francisco 49ers are 5-3 with Nick Bosa out for the year, Fred Warner out for the year. You don't have Brock Purdy playing, and all his cap money, he's out. Brandon Ayuk still has been on the field. Ricky Pearsall's been hurt. It's really just been elite coaching from Kyle Shanahan and Christian McCaffrey. That is how they're 5-3. It is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. Everybody's dead, but again, this is another year where Shanahan made some sort of blood sacrifice of everybody else to make sure Christian McCaffrey stays healthy, and when he's healthy, you win games. I'm going to stay in division there, because I was the idiot that put his foot in his mouth before the season and said the Seattle Seahawks are going to suck. Jackson Smith-Njigba might be the best receiver in the NFL right now. Sam Darnold looks awesome. This defense is suffocating. Mike McD can coach. I can't say either one of their names, McDaniels or it's just too much for me. But dude, Seattle they might this looks real to me, what they're doing. And I know the Bucs game notwithstanding, they have put up points on everybody and stopped pretty much everybody as well. They're the NFC Colts. The ball just didn't bounce their way twice. This team is really good.
McDonald, I'll throw you a lifeline here. Yeah, I know.
I started with McDonald, and then I started thinking about how we're past week 5 and McDaniel still has a job in Miami, and then we were already talking about the Falcons, and then it's too much in my brain. I'm overstimulated.
And the fact that Mike McDaniel or Josh McDaniels is having a good OC comeback up there in New England.
See, he's never on my mind. He's never on my mind.
Tyson, and maybe this should be in the biggest disappointments, but I got to mention it. I am shocked how bad the Texans are. 3-4, dude.
They just beat your Niners. CJ Stroud is killing it 2 games in a row.
Because he had a clean pocket. You heat that guy up, man. He crumbles faster than a Jello roll or a Jello cup in Arizona
something
heat.
That crumbles.
It's not good. I mean, listen, you and everybody is every quarterback, you prefer clean pockets. It is jarring, the difference. I mean, yes, he's awesome when he's accurate, when he can stand in there and sling it. When not, it's bad. And this offensive line sucks. But also, he's not helping him out with his reads.
No, he's not. And I'm going to take this opportunity just to get one more dunk. And one of my biggest surprises is how many turnovers we're not caring about from Justin Herbert again.
Come on.
He's turning the ball over at an insane rate. They lose to the Giants. Nobody cares. The Eagles lose to the Giants all of a sudden, and then the Giants almost beat the Broncos. And it's this seems really good. It's what do you mean? They just beat the Chargers, who we all thought were good. I'm disappointed in Herbo. I know the weapons are all banged up, and he's leading the league in passing yards. So I'm kind of on an island here by myself. And one more surprise, I guess, for me, that I'm surprised at what's going on in Jacksonville. I just want to hit myself over the head. I thought that the start was real, beating the Chiefs was real, and now we're talking about trading Brian Thomas. That's a Rossini report, which means it means nothing. But we're talking about Brian Thomas got a first round wide receiver in his second year. Why are we even having rumors pop up about this guy? Maybe Shane Waldron was a mistake.
Oh boy, I know. let's get into the biggest disappointments, Tyson, because I like being a little negative sometimes. And there's a lot that's disappointed me. And maybe I'm more disappointed in myself for a lot of these things. But mainly, a lot of these teams and a lot of these players have disappointed, Tyson. And I don't think you can point to a bigger disappointment than the Baltimore Ravens. It's been a disaster.
This is where the point in the episode where we say it's October 28th, because Lamar Jackson is going to come back and throw for 7 touchdowns next week against Miami, and we're all going to be back in right. on the Ravens because the defense just looked good for the first time since last year against Caleb Williams, who probably should have maybe gotten a mention later on in this segment because he still looks like the same guy to me.
Oh, no.
Baltimore being 2-5 is like an affront to everybody's football knowledge because there's not a soul alive, outside of the Great Lakes area, basically all their division rivals. There was like Baltimore's going to suck. Everyone thought this was the best roster in football before the season, and the defense is Swiss cheese.
Yeah. What stands out to you?
That they're definitely one. How about biggest disappointments because it's not underwhelming? The Miami Dolphins looking exactly like the Miami Dolphins have looked. And we know Tyreek's hurt, but it was maybe worse before that. And I know coming on here and talking about it after they just put 30 up on the Falcons is maybe not the best time. But I'm disappointed that this Miami Dolphins team looks exactly like we thought it would.
Yeah, it's been soft and it's paper soft. And that's what we've been saying about the Dolphins. I thought Mike McDaniel was going to get fired in week 5, yet they just keep it on chugging along. And that's because they beat terrible teams like the frickin' Atlanta Falcons, dude, who keep throwing these terrible coaches lifelines because they're also terrible. And it's disappointing because we thought this would maybe be the step forward. Tyson, I am so sick and tired of frickin' anything involved with the Atlanta Falcons. It's 2 steps forward, a million steps back with these guys every frickin' time. Now, Michael Penix gets hurt. Kirk Cousins is so bad. It's done. Dude. That was like ridiculously bad. Bijan Robinson, okay, well, maybe he can keep up. He's going to break these scrimmage record, and he looks like a ghost. It just – every single time that you think the Atlanta Falcons are doing something that you can point to and say, yes, we can get behind that, they just do the complete opposite, flip you off, spit on your face, and go do whatever they want to do. It's so annoying.
They played one of the worst rush defenses in the NFL. They gave Bijan the ball 12 times out of the backfield. But boy, did they throw it to Kyle Pitts on National Tight End Day. That was the focus. Rick London's out. We need to feed Kyle Pitts. Yeah, I'm over the Falcons. They are again, blacklisted. Dude, they got a negative 30-point differential. Dude, it's terrible. It's because they lost to the Panthers 30-0. Like, that's where we're at.
I like Raheem Morris. I thought it would work the second time. Did you hear the thing coming out now? Well, we want to have just such a huge staff because we know people are going to get poached. Oh, my God. Dude, if I'm Arthur Blank, how has he not killed anybody? And I'm saying this is hyperbolic, folks.
He is a vampire.
And he's a mobster from the look of it. How are people not going missing in Atlanta?
It's coming, brother. Because this is bad.
Messing with his money.
Ulbricht's going to be interim 2 years in a row here. My biggest disappointment for me, again, disappointing in the sense that I'm disappointed in this football team from the NFC. I got to go with Jonathan Gannon and the Cardinals. Because it's a mess. This is a team that, like, realistically should have started 3-0. Should have beat Tennessee Titans, losing the way they lost, and then Gannon looking the way he looked on the sideline. The fact that Trey McBride can get in the end zone wherever he wants when Jacoby is the one throwing the ball, but Kyler Murray can't get him in the end zone. James Conner being hurt sucks, and then Trey Benson getting hurt sucks. But it's like you grab Michael Carter and he plays well. And then you have Bam Knight, you add him, and he plays better. And then you just cut Michael Carter. Like, doesn't make a ton of sense because Amari DeMarco's throwing footballs out of the back of the end zone. This looks like Jonathan Gannon will be a defensive analyst somewhere a year from now.
Start 2-0, you've lost 5 in a row. Not good. It's really horrible. Not good in the desert, Tyson. One for me, and this pains me to say because I thought the new culture was coming in, and I understand that the talent isn't necessarily there for the Raiders. Holy smokes, that team sucks. Dude, they are really bad. And Geno Smith, dude, I'm sorry. How many people on the internet, I almost cussed there. I'm trying to stop and avoid that a little bit. How many people on the internet would point to you and say, you're stupid, you don't get football if you don't think Geno Smith's a good quarterback? And we all had to take that crap because he had a magical, 2, maybe even a year in Seattle and an average year after that. But yet you couldn't say anything bad about him. This is the guy that we remember. He has been so bad for the Raiders. And I don't want to hear anything else. Yes, the offensive line sucks. I'm sorry. CJ Stroud at least looks like he can play in the NFL with a terrible offensive line. Oh, you don't have any weapons? Okay, but everybody's killing Bryce Young. I mean, I am so done with the Geno Smith thing. The Raiders are just bad, dude. And I don't know like why they didn't go hire Ben Johnson. That was always crazy to me. I think Pete Carroll maybe could work in the short term too. I'm not going to get off that. I think they need a new culture. But this thing looks even worse than it did last year. How is that possible?
When they beat the Pats week 1, because I thought the Pats were going to be a good team, I was like, okay, I don't know what exactly he did this offseason, but Vegas might be cooking. And then like the best news that's come out of there is that they signed 97-year-old Tyler Lockett. That's like the coolest thing that's happened in the last couple months.
I loved it too. It was like they paired him back with Geno. It was like that's not necessarily a great thing.
No, that's something's reached their expiration date, and it seems like Vegas is full of them. Genty's been balling since he went back to the Michael Myers stance, and it's hard too a little bit. Like Bowers looking like the man to start the year, and then getting hurt sucks. But like people don't know if Jacoby Myers is available for trade. What do you mean? How is this not publicly like? This should be plastered. This should be your email signature if you work for the Raiders. We'll trade Jacoby Myers. Like, what's the hold for? So Geno can like not throw it to him. He can throw it to the other team. What's the issue?
I don't understand it. Anything else that stands out to you from a disappointment perspective?
I'm disappointed in Kevin O'Connell, but not like enough to really dive into. That's just like thought the Vikings were going to be better. I thought that like what he did with Josh Dobbs and just all the random names that have played quarterback for him, for J.J. McCarthy to look like this, and then Carson Wentz to still look like Carson Wentz when Sam Darnold again is killing the game. Daniel Jones is fourth in the league in passing, and he's at the helm of the best offense. Yeah, we'll see. Like, I'm not going to judge J.J. McCarthy off the 4 quarters that we've seen him play in his NFL career. But with everybody else kind of playing pretty well from that class, it is hard.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was going to say 𝐾𝐨. He's a big guy. I love 𝐾𝐨. I think he's really good. This thing's kind of fallen off the rails a bit, Tyson. They were 3-2 and they've lost 2 in a row. All of a sudden, -7 point differential. The defense has not been.
They let Carson Wentz get killed, and
yeah,
I think that's an issue. It's like, what is the point of that? Wentz goes on IR for a shoulder injury that's been bothering him.
He's done
for 2 games. Yeah, it's over there. Should have played Max Brosmer. But again, like if J.J. McCarthy comes back and is pretty good, and the Vikings finish the season at 9-8, nobody's disappointed. I don't think.
No, that's true. Okay, want to move to awards?
Let's do it.
Okay, so award winners here, folks. We're going to try to predict the award winners. Now, I'm going to use the FanDuel odds here, and if there's anything that Tyson are going to actionably play, we'll let you know here. We'll add it to the bet slips. And so we'll have to say, well, if we're leaning here, we'll be very clear. We'll discuss this whole thing, but that's how we're going to operate, because I do think your best course of action is to look kind of what transpires and see if you can kind of pick off some of these markets. So awards, that is always a great market you can jump into. Let's start with MVP, and that's where Patrick Mahomes is the favorite at +150, Josh Allen +450, Drake May +550, Stafford and Jordan Love +1,000, then Jonathan Taylor +1,400.
How many second-year quarterbacks have we seen have an electric year just for an all-time great to win the MVP? Like, it's happened at least 3 times in the last 8 seasons. Like, it happened to Wentz. It happened to Hurts in 2022. It's going to happen to Drake May this season. I think that this is Patrick Mahomes' award to lose. Dude, everybody was so eager. Like, well, Kansas City can't really throw the ball anymore. I don't know what's going on. So he's just going to throw for 4,500 yards this season and a gazillion touchdowns, and they're going to win 11 games after the start that they had. And it's just wash, rinse, repeat. I thought it was funny earlier this season when Josh Allen was running away with this thing. It was like, is anybody really watching the Bills? Is anybody seeing what is going on? I will say narrative driven thing, and for Daniel Jones to be sitting here at +2,000 might be worth like a little sprinkle. I don't think he's going to win MVP, but the Colts go 15-2 and he throws for 4,500 yards. It's going to be hard not to give it to him.
I'm with you there, but Patrick Mahomes is winning this award. We know that. Patrick Mahomes +150. If you want to play that, I recommend it. I'm not going to play that. I don't know why. Maybe I should, but I got a couple other things I want to tie myself up into. Patrick Mahomes is going to win this award, Tyson. And I think we kind of know who's going to win this one. Offensive Player of the Year. Jonathan Taylor is a massive 250 favorite right now. Jackson Smith-Njigba plus 600, Christian McCaffrey plus 1,400, tied with Puka Nacua at plus 1,400, and there's Jamar Chase 1,500, and Bijan Robinson all the way down at 1,900. Jonathan Taylor's winning this. He looks like a runaway freight train. He's on pace to break the all-time scrimmage yards record. He's on pace to break Saquon Barkley's rushing record, or what he did last year, I should say. I don't know if he's going to get to the Super Bowl and break the all-time yards record that Saquon did last year, but holy smokes, Jonathan Taylor's putting together a first half for the ages.
Bro, he is averaging like more yards per game than Saquon was through this point last year, and he has one less touchdown, I think, than Saquon scored all of last season. As we sit here at the midway point, it also puts into perspective how insane LaDainian Tomlinson was to have 31 of these things when you factor them all in over the course of a season. So he's not on pace. He needs to score more per game than what he's scoring right now to catch LaDainian Tomlinson, but he's on pace for an all-time season. Like, this is going to go, his cleats from every week should be in the Hall of Fame at this point. This dude is doing stuff every game, Brad. Jonathan Taylor looks like the fastest guy on the field.
Right.
He looks like the most athletic guy on the field. He looks like the best football player every time he laces them up, no matter who they're playing. And you can't say that like that's a Jamar Chase thing. That's that's a Myles Garrett thing. There's not many guys in the league that when they step on the field, you go, he's the best player out there. And Jonathan Taylor, to me, unquestionably has been in every game they've played.
And that's with a guy too on the edge, and Michael Pittman, who's been incredible.
He's been good. And Tyler Warren has been awesome.
Yeah, Tyler Warren. And it's just freaking Jonathan Taylor. It's been unbelievable. It truly is crazy. Let's go defensive player of the year now. Micah Parsons is your favorite, plus 145. Myles Garrett, plus 300. Aiden Hutchinson, plus 500. Nick Bonito of the Broncos, plus 750. Will Anderson Jr., plus 1,000. Jared Verse, plus 1,800. Tyson, who is winning defensive player of the year?
So this one is a little harder because they go back and forth on whether they award winning on the Defensive Player of the Year award. Sometimes, like TJ Watt will make the playoffs and Myles Garrett will win 2 games, and the numbers will be pretty close, and it'll go to Myles Garrett. But then sometimes it goes to TJ. I would lean Myles Garrett here at this point. Like, personally, the dude just had a 5. I think Brian Burns, by the way, a criminal down here. He also has 10 sacks. He's killing the game. He's murdering everybody. He's making your favorite left and right tackle look like JV players. But I don't think they're going to give the award to him. And to me, I would really just that top 3 list: Micah, Myles, and Aiden Hutchinson. Because again, Hutch is going to have the moments. They're going to be playing in prime time. Myles Garrett is buried at 11 a.m. Where I live, or 10 a.m. Where you are, and he has to get 5 sacks in a game where they lose by 30. Buddy, you signed the contract. I don't want to see you slam the helmet down and throwing a fit. It's like, you did this to yourself. When it first happened, I was like, yeah, I get why he's frustrated. Then I kept thinking about it. I don't love it. Michael Parsons has the entire narrative behind him, and he's got the stats to back him up too. Packers are a good team, but I think when the dust clears and Myles Garrett has 24 sacks.
Tyson, I love you. You're wrong here. It's Micah Parsons. He's winning this award. He should have already had one. Remember?
Who won that one?
I think it was TJ Watt. Yeah, and that was the one. It was like, Micah Parsons winning this because of the narrative. Because he left Dallas and he's gone to Green Bay and it's impacted, and Green Bay is going to be really good and he's going to have a ton of sacks. People are not going to vote for Myles Garrett because he's on the terrible Browns team and because he's doing this stuff that you talk about. You could have been playing for the Eagles, or you could have been playing for the Chiefs, or you could have been playing for the Bills. All that stuff, but you chose this to be your situation. I think Hutchinson's been good. I think they're going to be good. It feels like he's not been talked about as much. This is Micah Parsons' award to lose. I am betting this at plus 145 that he is going to win this award. So this is going on the official ledger for me that Micah Parsons will be the Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Do you think it helps or hurts that Rashawn Gary is probably going to finish the year with the same stats?
I think it helps Micah Parsons, Tyson, because –
me too.
We're going to be talking about, Micah Parsons. Rashawn Gary was really good, but once Micah Parsons came over, look what he did.
Yeah. No,
Brian Burns also plus 3,000. If that's
insane. Brian Burns has like more total tackles than these guys. He's got as many tackles for loss, and he's tied for the league in sacks. This dude is awesome, and nobody's paying attention.
So that's one bet on the ledger here. Let's go to Offensive Rookie of the Year, where Jackson Dart is your favorite, plus 100. Emeka Egbuka, plus 180. Tyler Warren, plus 500. Tedero McMillan, plus 1,200. Quinshon Judkins, plus 2,000. And Ashton Jeanty also there at plus 2,000 if we're looking at the top couple here. Tyson, this is a very, very interesting.
Social media has ruined people, bro. Are you kidding me? Jackson Dart is plus 100.
Yep, he's the
Giants are going to
favorite.
win 4 football games this season. J.𝐿 Dart is not winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. You can go ahead and X that thing out. If you're betting this at plus 100, you are a sucker. If you bet it before the season, good for you. Like that's awesome, and I'm cheering for you. Maybe he does win it, and because I want you to win your money. But if you're going to put $100 on J.𝐿 Dart at plus 100, when they're going to win 4 or 5 football games, this thing is chalked. And by the way, Giants have been all over social media, all over it. They're not going to be all over social media when 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 not on the field and they're losing football games. I think J.𝐿 Dart's going to turn into a hell of a player in the NFL, but he's not winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm between 𝐾𝐿 and Tyler Warren here.
Me too.
I think I can really go either way. Warren at plus 500 feels good, but again, like Jonathan Taylor is going to win Offensive Player of the Year. We'll get to Coach of the Year, but I think you have a good idea of where we're leaning. And are they really going to let the Colts sweep the award show? Like that's
right.
Because Daniel Jones is winning Comeback Player of the Year too. Like there's so much that goes into this. So I would go with 𝐾𝐿, but the stats have to continue. I think that's a scary thing. I think T-Mac is a pretty solid shout here because I think he's about to explode. Like the target share is there. All the things you look for in like a true alpha number 1 wide receiver, somebody that like if you're in a fantasy football league finishes in the top 10 of their position, he is checking every box. The touchdowns haven't come yet. And I think if they do, he has a chance to finish the season with better numbers than Emeka Egbuka, just on a worse team.
That's the thing here. So how do you weigh this? Because I think if I'm looking at this, Mike Evans is out for the year in the Bucs.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Godwin will be back. Can his body hang? And he's going to get a ton of targets. That's what you're concerned about. Then all of a sudden, Tez Johnson has kind of popped into, well, he's an option for Baker Mayfield. So what does the target share look like for Egbuka going forward? It could still be great. I know there's some people saying some regression could come. Now you kind of know what he wants to do, blah, 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 not to get into the niche of it. I'm with you on Tyler Warren. A lot of Colts up there. And Tyler Warren could be insane, and he's going to have a ton of numbers. Tyson, when's the last time a tight end won this? Oh, that's right. A lot, right? Kyle Pitts, Brock Bowers. So we've seen them do that. So I don't think the voters would shy away from that because it's out of the ordinary. But if I'm looking at Tetairoa McMillan at plus 1,200, you really need the Panthers, in my opinion, to start winning football games because I think he's just going to be overshadowed a little bit by Egbuka because at the beginning of the season, it was like, this guy's unbelievable. This guy's this and that. And McMillan has been like, yeah, he's been good. He's been good, but you don't hear a lot about him yet. What we talk about in these awards, Tyson, the last half of the year is when you make your money or when you win your award. And this offense, all of a sudden, I know it looked bad with Andy Dalton. Before that, with Bryce Young, it was starting to figure it out.
That should have been in biggest disappointments is the fact that like they didn't go to the backup. Andy Dalton just put together the worst performance I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes.
So I think it's going to be Egbuka. I don't have a bet here. I mean, if you want to take a long shot, it sounds like, Tyson thinks that it could be T-Mac, and Warren's not a bad shout there at plus 500 either. Defensive Rookie of the Year, this is a crapshoot. Abdul Carter is your favorite right now, plus 110. Jahad Campbell, the Eagles, plus 320. Nick Amon-Warrior, plus 500, who's really come on for the Seahawks lately. I just don't know if he's going to have the counting stats. Then you have Carson Schwessinger down the board at plus 1,900, Andy Makuba, plus 2,000, and then Michael Williams, plus 2,200. Tyson, for me, it's the top 3 rows. Abdul Carter, Jahad Campbell, Nick Amon-Warrior. Abdul Carter's been freaking insane. If you look at his stats, he doesn't have the counting numbers, though. That's the scary part. So when these slaps at the end of the year are like, well, let's tally everything up, is he going to have anything you can point to? Or are they going to have to look at pressure rate and all that crap? I don't know. Jahad Campbell is the problem, Tyson. He plays linebacker. It's really hard to gauge how good you are. And then in Warrior, if he's not picking off passes, people don't really look at safeties. Like, yeah, that guy was the best. So this is a gettable award here with 3 guys who I think are deserving. I don't know if there's a long shot to come up and get him, though.
No, I mean, to me, it'd probably be Schwessinger, I think. But, like, this is a guy who he's UCLA, right?
Yes.
I think he led the country in tackles and was a tackling machine. And, like, that part of the counting stats hasn't been there. And it's harder to look at, some of these advanced metrics for linebackers and talk yourself into it. I think he's been awesome. It just intercepted a pass on Sunday. He's a super good player. But yeah, Abdul Carter he's mowing people over. Like I think that it's him. This one could go a ton of different ways. I'm not going to advise a bet anywhere, but I think it's really they're telling you with those top 3. Now, if Drew Makuba has 5 interceptions in the back half of the season, or like Derek Harmon goes crazy, something like that. Mason Graham puts together 7 sacks or whatever in the second half of the year. But I think Abdul Carter is getting his hands on these quarterbacks and not getting them to the ground right now. I think he's going to figure it out, man.
I do too. I think he's going to win this award, and I'm going to be biased here. It's 2 Penn State guys winning awards like they should. There's a lot of Penn State people. You hear Sunday Night Football, this and that. There's a lot of Penn State popping up, Tyson. It's a good sign for the program.
Yeah, they needed it.
Let's finish here, and then I'm going to kind of throw some at you that's funny because I hate that award, Comeback Player of the Year, but I think you're going to get a kick out of this. Coach of the Year, Shane Steichen's our favorite, plus 105, followed by Mike Vrabel, plus 250, Kyle Shanahan, plus 1,100, Dan Campbell, plus 1,300, Mike McDonald, plus 1,400, then Sean McVay, plus 1,800. You think this is Steichen's award to lose right now?
No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt about it. Like I think that the fact that this one isn't minus 225 is pretty funny. Vrabel's been doing something awesome in New England. We expected New England to take a jump here with Mike Vrabel and to look as good as they do and to walk into the Bills building and beat them. I think certainly helps his case, but there is a little bit of like, well, we knew they were going to be good. We didn't know they were going to be this good. With the Colts, we thought they were going to suck, and they're the best team in football. Some of these numbers are really funny, man. Can I interest you in Mike McCoy at plus 40? Is that 40,000?
Mike McCoy, dude. My brother was like, we were watching the Titans and it was on the side. He's like, oh man, he's wearing the visor. He looks like Mike McCoy. Remember him? Like, that is Mike McCoy. He's like, what? He's still coaching? I'm like, yeah, dude.
And then he hits us with a cowardly punt not seen since Mike McCoy. So good for him.
So good. So good. But Tyson, Mike Vrabel's winning this award.
No shot, brother.
He's winning this award because it was so bad there with Gerard Mayo. It was so bad at the end of Belichick. All of a sudden, Vrabel, who we all know is a good coach, who everybody in the media knew was a good coach, and you can dump on the Titans further because, like, this is where we all can say as media people, we know more than NFL GMs. We know more than NFL team. We're going to prove it. We knew Mike Vrabel was going to be good. All the Patriots have to do, Tyson, is close out this season and make the playoffs. What happens if the Colts come back to earth? They've come out too fast out of the gates. You're horse racing guy. They've come out fast. It's, whoa, we're the best team. We're the best offense. What if Daniel Jones starts turning back into Daniel Jones? What if things start slowing down a little bit? Then it's like, wait a minute. What happened to this Colts juggernaut? They're out way too quick. Right now, it's all honeymoon with the Patriots. It's, man, Vrabel's got these guys ready to go. So at plus 250, I'm officially placing this bet. I'm riding Mike Vrabel out. I think he's got the narrative. I'm taking this one to the bank.
If the Panthers make the playoffs, what does Dave Canales' number end at? Plus 4,000.
So what is he right now? He's a plus 4,000.
This is what will happen: is they're going to find a way to just give this award to Kevin Stefanski again. He's going to get fired, and they're just going to give him Coach of the Year. This dude has like 9 of these things sitting on his shelf. It feels like, and he didn't earn a damn one.
Oh man, that's so funny, dude. People are so done with that guy. It's hilarious. How about this comeback player of the year? Dak Prescott, the favorite. Christian McCaffrey plus 200. Aiden Hutchinson plus 500. Daniel Jones plus 500. Dak Prescott plus 100 as the favorite. I think Dak's – I don't even know how people vote for this anymore because, like, what? It's just hilarious to me.
I mean, like, the award changed. It used to be about who came back from injury.
It used to be Alex Smith getting his leg ripped off.
Right, and those make sense. Daniel Jones came back from playing for the Giants. But we already decided.
Yes, maybe.
Yes, but we decided that like that counts, and we've done this now for this award. The guy's got to leave this season with some hardware, man. I think that media darling, all of that stuff. The Comeback Player of the Year award is maybe the biggest joke in the entire NFL, and that's including the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, it's
Trevor Lawrence is on here.
Exactly, and he's
Chris Godwin, who has played 2 games.
He would at least qualify under the old because he blew his ACL.
You know who he has worse odds than, Brad? Rashee Rice, who is coming back from breaking the law.
Yeah. Hey, it's coming back, right? That's what
like,
as long as you come
ACL,
back from something. I don't know.
He tore his ACL, whatever.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I think don't bet on the Comeback Player of the Year. You're just going to hurt your own feelings.
Unless you really think you have an edge, but I don't think you do. But all right, Tyson. That's our midpoint check-in. It's always a fun thing that we like to do. I don't know how accurate we've been on the award winners, but I think fairly solid, at least when on the offensive side of the ball, because you can kind of see patterns and things like that. And we're going to chalk one up for Jonathan Taylor already. He's going to win the award, but we'll see what the rest of us goes. It's fun, and we'll see if the AFC can get a little bit more parity and if the NFC kind of stays where we think it's going to be.
Yeah, it's been a really fun year, and we'll be here, next week.
Like, subscribe, and share the show. Smash the like button on the way out if you haven't on YouTube already. Share it with a friend, with an enemy. Stay subscribed so don't miss a single thing we do. We'll talk to you guys when we talk to you. Till then, peace.